Can you tell us a bit about Cohesity? What do you do?
Certainly. Cohesity is the leader in data management and security. We've had this long topic for many, many years. We talk about the crown jewels of an organization. We protect and secure those crown jewels to make sure that not only are they available when a small mishap occurs, but in the case of something bad like a cyber attack.
How did you get started?
So the company was founded on the idea that secondary storage, otherwise known as backup, was going to be one of the most critical topics for industry. It's about securing and protecting the data. But most importantly, it was about making sure that customers could return to service as quickly as possible. If you think about it, having a good backup doesn't mean much if it takes you weeks and weeks.
Okay, how do you work with us at Intel?
So Intel is a cornerstone of what we do at Cohesity. Everything we've built across the years, and the company's about 10 years old now, is an x86-based platform.
Okay.
And increasingly, we're taking advantage of the newer capabilities that Intel's brought out, most recently around confidential computing.
Yeah. How do you think about AI in your business? Is AI a blessing or is it a curveball that brings you new issues?
Well, it is a blessing, I will say.
Okay.
And it's a blessing because all of these organizations, the biggest banks, the telcos, manufacturing companies, airlines, you name it, we've got over 4,000 customers in different segments. The data is that core asset, but in many cases, it's a lazy asset, meaning it's sat there on a server waiting to be called up. But now with AI and RAG in particular, we can now take advantage of that data and actually put it to work for the organization. So now we can actually go do retrieval augmented generative AI and actually talk to your data. We like to say we have a conversation with your data using RAG.
Your solution, is it deployed on cloud? Is it deployed on-prem? Both?
Well, it's a world of multi-cloud, so it is both.
It is both, okay.
Yeah, and a lot of our customers are on-prem. You know, if you think about, again, the larger banks, the regulated industries, they like to have a lot of their data on-prem, but increasingly we see it in the cloud as well. So we support both modalities, and we also have a SaaS offering in case the customer just wants to buy as a service.
As a service. That's very cool. So as you look at your go-to-market, how are you organized? Do you have verticals that you go after and specialized teams, or how do I think about this?
So we're still regionally based today.
Okay.
We're still a little bit smaller than Intel.
But generalists in a region?
Generalist in a region. We have segmented a little bit around some larger companies because obviously, a bigger company, a bank or what have you, needs a little bit more attention.
Yeah.
So we've organized like that, but generally we're regionally oriented. And then we've built, like I mentioned, the SaaS offering, which has been very popular in the commercial segment for us. So smaller companies that have actually were either born in the cloud or don't want to own data centers anymore tend to be in our commercial segment. So that's been very successful as well. Okay. So it's a like I said, a geographic model for us.
That's cool. Look, it's an awesome conversation to have because I believe that confidential compute and security is at the heart of what Intel will deliver, and to have partners like Cohesity makes it so much more fun. Kit, thanks a lot for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Have a great time.
Thank you for the partnership.